You know, sometimes you do crazy things in your life, and boy, I have my share of doing a lot of things. This is when I was complaining to a lady that I took care of her yard, mowing, weeding, and we got in conversation. I was talking to her about the way Jehovah's Witnesses was treating me when the age, my age difference, I couldn't hardly make no friends. She said, how about come to our church, our Baptist church? We don't treat no one the way they treating you. So I went there. I went there a couple of times, listened to the preacher. Of course, I didn't believe hell was a burning place, but I never was much in other religions, so actually it was experience. What really got to me, it wasn't the teaching or the doctrine that caused me not to become a Baptist. It was something so, I don't know if you want to call it crazy or wonderful or stupid, that what really got me realize this wasn't even a true religion. We was in a back room. You know, it's like a short Bible study. I don't remember what the question was or how it involved what we was talking about. But this part was the part I remember to this day. Also, the lady brought up about, do you remember about the king? I think it was King Midas. He had a wish to touch everything to gold, and I mean, it's just, when you touch food, it turns to gold. He touched the tables, chairs, and then he touches his daughter into gold. And I started thinking about it. I said, okay, I remember this crazy story, because that's how it is, a story. I understand the meaning of greed and lustful power and stuff like that. Not at that time, but I knew about the story. Well, what really got to me, this is a church. It's not a school. It's not a place on a job or anything. This was a church. There were so many examples in the Bible they could have used. They could have used King Solomon, King David, any of those guys that was in the Bible. And that would impress me more. But using a fairy tale, and it's supposed to be in God's own house, that was my last time going to a Baptist church. Because when they have to use a fairy tale to make a point from the Bible, when there's so many Bibles, characters could have been used for that illustration or whatever the talk was about, they could have found some. Even I could have found some today for that situation. Especially King Solomon. So, the basic I'm trying to bring out, There's so much religions out there. People see head first into a religion. And I was only in that church probably less than 2-3 times. And that one part took me away from that religion. Now, I'm not saying all Baptists would have used that illustration, which I don't think all of them would. But the question is, all of them is a Baptist. Just like the Jehovah's Witness is a Jehovah's Witness, a Catholic is a Catholic. Doesn't matter which congregation you church you go to, all of them teach basic the same. Because so many religions keeps putting out heads that we will not be able to understand the Bible. We won't be able to learn its teachings, its understanding. We have to have these men in these churches to tell us how to read the Bible, what scriptures not to use, and only showing us their scriptures, not the whole entire Bible. I lived my life only using 25% of the Bible because the religion that I was in. We was taught that if we used the Bible by itself, we would be converted back to probably a Baptist, a Catholic, a Mormon, or not exactly a Mormon, but any religion, because we wasn't smart enough to use the Bible. Only they was. But the only thing I can't figure out, all these preachers in other religions, they had to go to school to learn the Bible, learn how to become a preacher. But there's only one flaw I don't understand. How hard is the Bible to understand? I mean, the different books from Genesis all the way to Revelation, anyone can sit down and read it and understand almost all of it. And we can learn probably more than these people that went to church. The reason why? They're being taught by other people that teaching them what they want them to be taught. So it's the same principle with us going to their religion, sitting down, hearing them talk about the Bible, using different books and magazines and literature, and not using the Bible 100%. If we would use the Bible 100%, we could find things that we could ask them. Because since some things they're not teaching that is in the Bible, that's where we can go up to them and say, hey, I found this in the Bible. Can you explain it to me? Sometimes they may not be able to explain it to you because they haven't been taught. They don't know. And if that's the case, you could go look in the Bible, find some more stuff. And you can keep going back to them. But isn't that should convince you this religion is not right? Because if you can teach them things that's in the Bible that they don't teach you, that should show you there's something is wrong with this religion. Just like Jehovah's Witnesses' Bible. If I knew the scripture that was in John 20:24 that showing that Jesus' hands was hands, that he had nails in his hands where he was crucified, I could have went to my elders and said, hey, why is our Bible showing us that Jesus died on the cross? Because Thomas didn't say now, he said nails, more than one. That was in Jesus' hands. That's in the Jehovah's Witnesses Bible. There's a lot of stuff in people's Bible can prove one's religion not teaching the 100% truth. Because if you stop and think about how many years you've been in this religion and go into the Bible deeper, you might have been probably by over 75% of the Bible you haven't been taught. The reason why is because they don't want you to know the truth. Just like Jehovah's Witnesses didn't want me to know the truth, that we was been taught lies and keeping us from the real truth. That's the reason they told us not to go putting the books and magazines down and not using the Bible, is because they know if we use the Bible, we would have found the real truth about this organization, that we was in a cult, a lie. So people, don't put faith in 100% faith beyond that in religion, because it's not going nowhere. If you want to go somewhere, use the Bible and test your religion. That's the only way you can find out if it's truth or not. Use the Bible 100% and see from your religion leaders, ask them questions, see if they can answer, like I did in other religions, and they could not answer my questions. So that gave me the answer. Shall I wait till God tells me in due time, or should this man already knows my questions and he should know the answers? That's the way it should be in all religions. Thank you.